Good afternoon, everybody. Ross, Franklin County Forage. Thank you for tuning in. We're getting ready for cold weather. We're gonna start the Woodburner. I gotta get up the ladder because I gotta get on the roof and get the bucket off of the stack. I'm gonna check the Woodburner out. I'm going to make sure that the heat exchanger tubes are cleaned. And if all that's good, I've already checked everything else out. Once I do that, I'll be ready to get a fire started. These lights on. I've opened up the back of the Woodburner, and obviously, most of you probably know, but this is the fan that blows air into the fire chamber. This is the pump that circulates water and everything. You see a little bit of creosote and stuff just kind of splatter out here from this box here. I'm gonna get the wheelbarrow over here, get the shovel, clean this thing out, and then I've got to get up on the roof and get that bucket off there. Cleaned out. Obviously, it's not going to be clean enough that you're going to eat off of it, but I got the bulk of the creosote and everything off there. Efficiency is pretty good when it's clean, and then as it gets dirtier and dirtier, your airflow really cuts down, efficiency goes way down. So you got to keep it clean. It's better to burn seasoned wood, obviously. You probably saw I was a little bit like a scared cat up there on that roof. I don't know if you could tell, you probably can't, but it's pretty windy today. The winds are gusting about 30-35 miles an hour, so you know, it's not like it's a storm or anything, but a little uneasy when you're up on top of the roof in slick boots. So try to stay low, and if I fall, just kind of roll when I hit the ground, you know. We're ready to build a fire, so I'm going to get some small pieces, some small splits, get some paper, and get this thing going. Once I get my fire starter fired up, fire starter or anything, just get her going. Once we get the fire going, I won't usually turn the fan on until it gets going pretty good. So I'll get it going, then I'll shut the door. That'll keep the smoke from coming out, blowing out here. And then once it gets going, if it's a little bitty fire, the fan will actually do more damage than good. It'll kind of blow it out. So you let it get going good, and then you turn the fan on, and then it does, you know, it'll take right off. And it'll take some time to get it up to temperature because we're starting with 65-degree water, and I believe, I'll have to check the set point, but I think it's about 180 or so. And I think we're up and going, guys. Let it get going, we'll add some wood to it, and then once I see that temperature start to creep up, usually the fire will probably be going by then, we'll turn the fan on, and just need to walk away at that point, because if you're sitting here watching, it's like waiting for Christmas or watching paint dry. Seems like it takes forever. I've been in working on another project while I let the fire get going. It's been about 20 minutes, and I just turned the fan off. I had the fan going, and we're going pretty good. So I'm gonna probably throw a couple more chunks of wood in there, and we'll get her going. I should say get her going, but get her up to temp. I need to find a place for my hydraulic hose. We're up to 80 degrees right now. So in 20 minutes, I started the fire from scratch. We're at 65 degrees. We increased the temperature of the water to 15 degrees in 20 minutes. That's really good, I think. Now, there's no draw on the house. I've got it circulating through, but the fan's not running in the house. So It wouldn't do any good if it was, because 80 degrees ain't gonna do a whole lot. It's up to 81 right now. So the fire's going good. I'm gonna throw another couple chunks in there. We're gonna turn the fan on. Well, this thing's running. So I'll just do a little really short overview. This is a Woodmaster Woodburner, outdoor wood boiler. There's a lot of different terms for them. I call it a Woodburner. Call it whatever you want. It's a boiler, but it's not a pressurized system, so technically it's not really a boiler, but it's got water jacket and it circulates that. Anyways, it's a Woodmaster. The model number is a LT45, so it's rated for 45,000 BTUs. It's more than 45,000 BTUs. I got this because it was a deal. I really wasn't planning on getting a Woodburner yet. I was actually going to build my own. And I saw this pop up on Facebook Marketplace. It's brand new, you know, had warranty. This is the 3rd year for it, I think. First year having my building built here over it. It does really well. I think by the time I installed it, I figure I got about 3,000 in the whole system. The wood burner, the lines going in, the pump, the heat exchanger, everything. $3,000 for that is not bad at all. I did all that work myself, of course, but I wanted to check out the controls on this thing really quick. So you see this is quite a small opening. I believe it's 18 inch by 18 inch. It's still larger than what most indoor wood burners are. It does have an exterior light here, which I use a lot before I had this building over it. But now I don't even use it because I got good LED lighting out here. Right up here is where the fill is. There's also a breather in that. This is the control panel. So if I walk up here, let's say if I want to add wood to it, what I'll do is I'll flip this off. That's the fan. Hear it go off. I don't want to leave it off too long. But I'll flip that off and then crack the door, and then I'll come over here and grab my wood, and by that time a lot of the smoke's kind of cleared out, which if it's burning, there's not really much smoke anyways. This is the light switch. You'll see it here. This here is the water level light. There's a float on here. When the light is on, that means it's full. If it's off, it means you need to add water. You'll see the display flashing here. It's in a low temp alarm. I think I have low temp set at 120 degrees. I can't remember. I think that's what it is. But there's several settings here. You can actually change the... So there's the set point. 180 is my set point. You can... Let's see here. If I remember how to do this. The high was 211. I haven't reset it since then. The low was 58. So what we'll do is I'm going to reset the high and the low. So if I hit that, that's the lowest is 58. I'm going to hit set. That'll reset that. And that's just a log, so you can tell. That tells you, for starters, that tells you if you got something wrong. If you've got maybe an air leak to where when it shuts off and stops calling for heat, it still climbs over that point. And if you hit too high of a temperature, it'll actually boil a lot of water off. We're up to 157, and we are, like I said, you hit the set point button, it'll show you your set point. It's at 180. If you press and hold that, then you can modify this, and then press the set, and then it's either the up button or the down button, and that'll let you change the hysteria, which is basically your delta. So mine's set at 8 degrees right now, so basically it'll shut off when it gets to 180, and it'll turn back on when it gets to 172. And the low temp alarm is at 125. So if this gets down to 125, it'll shut the fan off, try to keep whatever hot coals you have left in there, or whatever heat left in the box. It'll just try to keep that, so it'll just go until there's nothing left. Let's check and see how the wood box, or how the firebox is doing. So we're gonna turn the fan off, then I'll open this here up and kind of leave that cracked a little bit. That lets it get back going and everything, so it don't smoke me out when I open up the door. Open up the door, and she's looking pretty good. We're gonna break it down just a little bit. We'll add a couple more chunks in there. Then we'll check everything out inside, get our valves opened up. We're almost up to temp. It's warm enough now, it'll definitely provide some heat for sure. Oh yeah, now she's burning. We're gonna put a few new chunks of wood in. I'm not gonna fill it up. I definitely don't need to be full to get through the night. And if you fill it too full and it doesn't burn all of it, you end up having a lot of waste down in there, and you just pile new stuff on it and it fills up with ashes a lot quicker. So it's better if whenever you get up in the morning, you come out here to check it. It's definitely better if you have just a bed of hot coals. Morning guys, it's the next morning from starting the wood burn. And I came out just a few minutes ago. I put a little bit of wood in it, raked the coals around. I had really about the perfect amount of wood in it. I just wanted to show the amount of smoke that comes out of this thing. But you can see, there's not a whole lot coming out of there. It's very clear coming right out the stack. So let's check out. She's at 174. It was at 170 whenever I left, so it's going up pretty good. The furnace just kicked off. Let's take a look at what it looks like inside here. Burning good, but it's not even really, anytime you have just bare wood that's not engulfed in flame, you're pretty well gonna have smoke. Once these all get charred and turn to more like hot coals later in the burn, there'll basically be no smoke. But she's burning hot, that's for sure. Now, we'll shut that, kick that on. I am heading over to Jim's and we're gonna do the next step on his floor. So stay tuned for that video. It's gonna be an amazing transformation.